Being motivated to change something for the better is a good start. So, what we are creating this community for? Located at lovestepbystep.com. One of the things we need more in our world today is more rights for men. For some decades now, we hear on the social and political level, people demanding more rights for women. But in this world we have women, and we also have men. Statistically speaking, the last time I checked, there are as many men still living in this world, as much there are women. This simply means men matter too. Because men were not doing much of the right thing, in terms of men's activism, and creating men's rights movements so far, that is why men do not have much rights today. Nowadays, men are being deprived of their rights at a light speed. Anyone can just claim any negative theory about men, while men are just expected to silently nod, and agree for anything goes. Being a man became so fatal, that even there are some women activists out there who are trying to organize men's rights movements for men. Because those women cannot get over being astonished, why men are not able to organize themselves, to stand up for men's rights, and for themselves. Instead, men just let anyone be taking advantage of them. People start to notice that those are men who are becoming the most endangered species. Just because men are socially conditioned to feel so powerless, unimportant, depressed, and unable to hold their ground, they are often becoming victims, unable to even speak up for themselves. But as a civilization, we need men to function as normal human beings, not as victims. Instead of humans taking advantage of the other, we need to put our efforts together to be creating more love in the world, and for that, we need just everybody. For starters, to make our world better, we need to have more rights for men. Those rights are not going to magically appear, or fall from the sky. Men need to organize themselves first, starting with believing that all they have to do, to gain more rights, is to organize themselves into a men's rights movement. Technically speaking, for men as a group to gain more rights, just like all other groups did that already, men need to create a men's movement large enough in number, so the number is going to count, and matter. Nothing more is necessary to make men's voices to be heard, and matter, instead of being just ridiculed. At that point creating more rights for men is not going to be any problem. But there is something even more important than men's rights. We men as a group need to go way beyond just men's rights. Because rights alone do not give full empowerment. Let me give you some examples of the thought. Humans have created many empires so far because they were under the impression that creating an empire is the ultimate thing. But then all of those empires crashed. Then people who have created those empires were puzzled, what have created the negative process? For example, people have created feminism. That was truly an amazing idea. Remember? For evolving into love as a civilization we need everybody. But then the movement turned into modern feminism, and this is when our problem started. Modern feminism as a movement is so powerful and demands as if it was an empire, and it acts like one. But this empire is starting to be crumbling under the weight of gained rights and privileges. All those rights women were gathering, collecting, and fighting for, do not make them feel enough empowered, happy, or spiritually strong. Women still suffer as much as before feminism. Because the goal for modern feminism became only fighting. Surely fighting can give an impression of moving somewhere, and gaining more power, but eventually, it becomes just an illusion. In real reality, no one is going to reach happiness, or spiritual fulfillment, having to be fighting all the time. Look, we are not here in this world to be fighting each other. We are not here to be heading towards wars. We are here for love. This movement right here, at lovestepbystep.com, does not want to fight. We do not aim at fighting anyone, or any group. Fighting is a complete dead-end strategy. Since for gaining more rights for men, all men need to do is to create a large enough number of members to be heard, to matter, and to count, instead of being constantly ridiculed. As you can see, no fighting is needed even for that, for gaining more rights. The essential part is what are you going to do with your rights and your power once you get it? This is why we need to go way beyond just men's rights. That's what this journey is for. Because more rights alone did not make anyone happy, to feel fully empowered. There is much more to our human existence than just accumulating the sexual, economic, and political power. Look, there are many goals to be achieved. And we are going to be talking about all of them in this community. For that, naturally, we need to be creating this community in the first place. Are we men able to do that? Just like all other groups were able to do that already. To create more rights for you as a man, and to go beyond your rights into the future, start taking an action. Join our community located at lovestepbystep.com.